Hi guys, welcome back. Sergeant Giratina here. While I wait for some people to come and join me on, or at least one person to come and join me on panel. Well, I don't know. Maybe it looks like I'll be on my own tonight. I like to pay a tribute to actor Tony Todd. We lost him last month, almost a month ago, a day after the election of this year. I mean, always thought he would make it. He would last a little longer after his death, but now he just left us. I'm gonna bring it up. He would have turned 70 years old if he was still alive. Now I'm gonna bring this up. Yeah, Tony Todd, Tyran Todd, Tyran. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Tyran Todd. Let's let's see if they found out. Oh, yeah. I mean, we keep losing a lot of actors, guys. This has been going on for quite a while. I mean, it's happening so frequent that we've started losing more popular and lovable actors than we have before in previous couple of years. I mean, first we lost Carl Weathers, then we lost James Earl Jones, along with Maggie Smith. Ah, yeah. Thanks for that, Daniel. Tony Todd definitely played two incarnations of Darkseid. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. And right here, let's take this. Yeah, he did. Now, let's get the script. There's something I like to read before we get started further more. Tony Todd, remembered by Candyman co-star Virginia Madsen. I will always be proud to have been his Helen. Today marks the 70th birthday of actor Tony Todd, who died on November 8th. I thought it was 6th. A genre staple whose hundreds of credits include Star Trek The Next Generation, Platoon, and Final Destination series. Todd was best known for his performance in writer-director Bernard Rose's 1992 horror film Candyman, which has led as the eponymous hook-wielding ghost. Here Todd is remembered by his co-star Virginia Madsen, who recounts meeting the actor for the first time, their years-long friendship, and how they made the decision to return for director Nia DaCosta's franchise revival in 2021. Yeah. Uh-huh. He even played Lego Darkseid. Yeah, that's true. Yep, he did, Daniel. He certainly has. My husband Nick worked with Tony on a movie in 2008, and I recently asked him what he remembered about Tony. He said Tony was so kind and generous, which is something you always hear about him. And one day he went up to Nick and said, "This is your first movie, isn't it?" And Nick said, "Yes, it is. Do you have any advice?" And Tony said, "Stillness is power." And it's so true because you look at the greatest actors, and they do stillness so beautifully. It's it's the reason we lean in. Tony had that in his personal life and on screen. Yeah, yeah, I bet he certainly has. Yep, I believe Tony is one of the iconic greats, up there with Dracula. And when you think about the power they have, it's not strength; it's seductive and romantic, and draws you in. On top of that, he had the most beautiful voice. He could just say hi and it would resonate through your whole body. I remember when Candyman came out, some people asked me what they did to his voice and make it so smooth and powerful. I was like, no, it's just like that. Yeah. I first met Tony at a lunch. I was originally going to play Helen's best friend, Bernard's wife at the time. Alexandra Pig was going to play Helen, but she got pregnant and they felt it was too grueling for her, so I stepped in as Helen. I think this lunch was a kind of chemistry read. Wow. Or maybe we were just meeting because we were going to go through a lot together. we he walked in and he was so tall and handsome and he had that wonderful smile. And I just knew he was 100% the right guy. And he was so kind. He could have dismissed me and as some little starlet, but he treated me like an equal from the start. Yeah, he said, I thought Lego custom Venom I bought a Lego custom Venom in tribute to him. Thank you very much, Daniel. That's very nice. That's very nice and thoughtful of you. Yeah. Yep. And we ought to make sure we get the rest of the guys ready for Sunday too, and on panel as well to talk about what we've also lost years ago. We we started prepping right away, and we had to learn about bees. I'm allergic to bees, but in a strange way, that made me grow up and not afraid of them because I knew all the protocols. But I think Tony was secretly scared of them. At this at this training, he realized he would have to have them in his mouth, and he really didn't like that. He said he put it in his contract that he would get $1,000 for every bee sting. Wow, geez, that's quite a dare. Quite daring. He might have been exaggerating, but he once said, "Virginia, I made such bank just by getting stung." Oh my God! Seriously, guys, your life ain't worth money. Yes, trust me. He had a great sly sense of humor. I remember someone on set mentioning he played Worf's brother on Star Trek, and he said, "No, it's not me. That's my twin brother." Now I am gullible, but he's also such a convincing actor that for years I thought he had a twin brother. Like when I saw him, I would ask about how his brother was doing. It was only years later, thanks to Google probably, that I realized that it was a joke. I mentioned this at a convention one time and how he tricked me. He just smiled sly lie and said something like, "That's not how I remember it." Yeah, darn right. There was always talk of us working together or doing the origin story of these characters. One of the reasons Candyman is so powerful is that people loved and cared about the characters. They were invested in the story. In a way, our friendship was a love story of its own. To get to start out with someone you respect and appreciate so much and remain in touch with years later, it's a rare thing in the business. It was so wonderful we got a bit of a bonus round when producer Jordan Peele wanted us to be involved with the reboot and wanted to use Tony and use my voice. We spoke to one another and agreed that we would have to see a script because it's part of our legacy. We wanted to protect and honor. He took that very seriously, and I would not have done it if if he hadn't. And Jordan was so respectful. He said Candyman was the movie that wanted to make him a filmmaker, so it was a decision we made together. I know Tony will be remembered as a great actor, and it made me so happy to see people celebrating his career outside of Candyman. They talked about his work on Broadway and his love for theater and all of his amazing voice work. He'll also be remembered as a beautiful human being. I remember we'd be at a convention and people would see him and scream and run away, but he always got a kick out of it. He appreciated those fans in a way some people don't, and was always up for posing for photos with the hook. People speak to him and they'll all walk away saying, "What a great guy." So it's likely he will always be remembered best as Candyman, and I think that would be all right with him. And I will always be proud to have been his Helen. Yeah, I'm sure she is. A lot of people are really proud. Gosh, I mean, there was there were more roles in his career that he could have done before giving in to whatever took his life. I mean, we need to find out what we need to see if they even found out the cause of death. Okay, yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, here it is. Todd was married to Fatima Cortez Todd, with whom he had two children, Alexander and Alexandra Ariana. He died at his home in Mariana del Rey, California, on November 6th, 2024. Yeah, November 6th. That is the day after the election. That's the day after the election this year, guys. Yeah, and I spoke with this to hold my DualShock reviews, Cyfax, and Mr. P about his passing because really, there were plenty of roles he could have done voiceovers for before he gave in to whatever the cause of his death was. Yeah, he died at age 69 on November 6th of 2024, weeks before his 70th birthday. And that is today, guys. Today today is yeah, today is what would have been his official 70th birthday. Yeah, I can't believe we lost him. Yeah, happy 70th birthday to the late Tony Todd. Man, it's so sad we lost him. Yeah, I had to pay tribute to him last month. But before we go into guessing which actors would be suitable for certain roles he would have been fit for that are currently in projects in production, we should we should also learn more about his personal or what. Well, let's take a moment and see something. Wow, man, oh man. Oh, sorry about that. Audio was breaking up. Can you hear me now? Be sure to let me know in the chat, in the comments in the chat if you can hear me. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I can't seem to keep my. Yeah, let's take a look what we got. Yeah, his wife was somehow Afro-Hispanic, I think. Yeah, what was it? Can't tell what were ethnic backgrounds. Thank you. Yes, yeah, I gotta figure this out. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take a look. Uh, his wife was born in New York City. Todd himself was born in Washington D.C. Oh, sorry, I was just browsing through. Yeah, I was browsing through, trying to learn more about his family's heritage. Yeah, I think his wife was Puerto Rican or Dominican, but yeah, probably Puerto Rican or Dominican, but what does it matter? Any Afro kind, but hey, yeah, let's look up more before we proceed. Yeah, yeah, let's see. Yeah, we've lost Venom. Yeah, we really lost Venom. We, yeah, I'm gonna go over who could be suitable for voicing this guy soon. I mean, to replacing Tony Todd for the voice of characters he would have been keen for in a moment. But first, I'd like to read some more before we proceed. Hang on. Yeah, such a loss. Wow. Here we go. I think we found an interesting page that goes. Oh, yes, yes, of course. Thank you again. All right, I found another page we can continue this on. Honoring. Here we go. Honoring horror legend Tony Todd, voice of Venom, dies at 69. Tony Todd, yes, yeah, early in his early life of a horror movie actor. Tony Todd was born in Washington, D.C. On December 4th, 1954. 60 years ago, he was born this day, guys. I mean, no, wait, 70 years. 70 straight years ago from the day he was born in Washington, D.C., but he spent earlier years in Hartford, Connecticut. He was part of the Artist Collective, an initiative to uplift African diaspora culture. After studying theater in the University of Connecticut, Todd honed his craft at the prestigious Eugene O'Neill Theater Institute and Trinity Repertory Company, setting the stage for his career in Hollywood. His first breakthrough was The Platoon of 1986. Todd's film career took off with a role in Platoon, directed by Oliver Stone, acting alongside Charlie Sheen, Johnny Depp, and William Dafoe. Todd made a strong impression in this Academy Award-winning film. This role, though small, showcased his talent and determination, opening the door to bigger roles in both film and theater. Broadway and beyond. Todd wasn't the only wasn't only a screen star. His theater career thrived with performances on and off Broadway, including roles in King Hedley II by August Wilson, Othello, and the musical Ada. These productions displayed his range, bringing dramatic intensity to roles that demanded depth and nuance, a skill that he carried into his film career. Rise of horror fame, Candyman. The role of Candyman, a vengeful spirit in 1992 horror classic, is Tony Todd's most iconic character, based on Clive Barker's story Forbidden. The Forbidden. Candyman became a cult classic, with Todd's chilling performance captivating audiences. Todd's menacing portrayal of the urban legend gave horror fans a new, unforgettable villain and solidified his place in the genre. Todd reprised his iconic role again in 2021, bringing Candyman full circle for a new generation of horror enthusiasts. Todd as Captain Darrow in The Rock. In Michael Bay's action thriller, The Rock, Tony Todd took on the role of Captain Darrow, a villainous figure among rogue Marines. Todd's intensity and gravitas made him perfect for this part, delivering a memorable performance that added to his reputation as an intimidating character actor in the action genre. Wow. Yeah. Ah! Hey, Briscoe. Nice of you to join us. Just reading along. Final Destination's mysterious mortician. And right there you can see that Tony Todd was standing right next to a big poster of the movie called Reign of the Superman, where he reprised his role officially as Darkseid. Yep. Yeah. And it's great that you guys came here too. Yeah, we cannot believe we lost him. In Final Destination, Todd brought a haunting presence as William Bloodworth, the mortician who warns characters they can't escape death. His role was pivotal as he wove dread into the plot with eerie wisdom. Bloodworth, neither hero nor villain, added mystery to the series, making Todd a fan favorite in the franchise. Next, we come to Zoom, the voice of Zoom in The Flash, 2014 to 2023. When The Flash introduced Zoom, Todd was cast as the voice, adding a sinister depth to the villain. With his ominous voice and the character's dark costume, Zoom became a demon-like figure in the series. Todd's line in the show, "You can try to hide, but I'm the fastest man alive," was chilling, and probably one of my most favorite monologues in the entire series. Rev Zombie and the Hatchet. The Hatchet. Todd played Reverend Zombie, a tour guide leading people into haunted New Orleans swamps. The slasher film known as it for its gore and practical effects, and Todd's mysterious character added an extra layer of intrigue. His eerie, understated performance added to the Hatchet's appeal in horror community. Survival horror, Night of the Living Dead. Todd starred as Ben in the 1990 remake Night of the Living Dead, directed by Tom Savini. Unlike his usual sinister roles, he played a vulnerable, determined hero fighting off zombies. Huh, that's nice. Right before he played the Candyman, this role showcased Todd's ability to embody complex characters and is often credited with helping him secure his iconic role in The Candyman. And how? Wow. Yep. Oh, yeah. Rip R.I.P. Tony Todd. I know. I know, Briscoe. Yeah, it's a bummer we lost him. The Mobster Grange in The Crow 1994, which was released 30 in theaters 30 years ago. The Crow in The Crow, Todd played Grange, a mob enforcer with a menacing presence. Although a supporting role, his performance left a mark in this dark revenge tale, highlighting his versatility as a character actor. The Crow is also a memorable for the tragic death of Brandon Lee, giving Todd's role a place in cinematic history. Oh yeah, Brandon Lee was the original Crow actor. All right, take care, and you're welcome. Take care, Daniel. Now, lending his voice to Transformers and Venom. Todd's voice talents found new audiences through animated series and video games. He voiced Dreadwing in Transformers Prime, and he voiced Venom in Spider-Man 2, and his role as Venom in Spider-Man 2 earned praise. Todd's unique voice made every character unforgettable, solidifying his legacy in sci-fi, horror, and now superhero fandom. A lasting legacy across TV and film. Yeah, Dan. Todd's versatility was on display in countless guest roles in classic series from 21 Jump Street and Law and Order to X-Files and Star Trek. Whether in drama, sci-fi, or horror, Todd brought intensity and charisma to every part. We send our thoughts and prayers to his friends and family. Tony Todd remains immortal in our hearts. What's your favorite Tony Todd role? This question asks. Well, for me, my favorite Tony Todd role is his voice role as the Fallen from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the live action second Transformers movie in 2009. Yeah, favorite of the Bavers. Man, we cannot believe we lost him. Such a shame he's gone. So disappointed. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I am looking to let's see. Let me check. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, oh yeah. Here's something to look at. Here's something we should read. Yeah. Trying to look. Wow. Well, I'm trying to find a video that doesn't have clips of him because I don't want to get struck down. Oh, oh, I think I found something. Hang on, I think I found something, guys. Let me bring this up. Hey, if any of you want, if any of you guys like to come on, here's the StreamYard link. Feel free to use to jump on panel if you'd like to join me on the panel to discuss this actor and move to the paper. Yeah, let's. Yeah, hang on, let me bring this up. Yeah, so many actors I grew up with are starting to pass away. Yeah, I know. Thanks for bringing that up, Briscoe. Yeah, the same's been happening here with. Yeah, Tony Todd is just the latest loss we've had, and the biggest loss was definitely James Earl Jones from September. Anyways, let's take a look at this video and pray to God I don't get any copyright strike for this. Okay, careful now.
How does Star Trek fit into your own
Here it is.
life as a professional actor and as a person, just as a normal?
Well, again, listening to 5 times. Once I booked Star Trek, my son wasn't born yet, but I do a lot of theater. That's where I come from, and I just done something at Huntington Theater and bouncing back and forth. Once Star Trek happened, as an actor, my personal growth sort of solidified. My son was born, and I accepted the role of My Living Dead remake, which went on to also be a fan favorite, and I just started booking all the hip, TV shows, X-Files, NYPD Blue, all the things that were really, really popular at that time, and working nonstop. And my family is taken care of. My daughter is a grad student at Columbia, which is no easy task.
That's impressive.
It is. She's got one more year, and she'll exit free of debt.
Let's bring him in.
Let's bring in the man, Tony Todd, the Candy Man.
Here he comes.
There he is. Look at that.
Hey guys,
Tony.
Look at
what's
you.
happening, everybody?
We made
How's
it.
surviving? How's everybody surviving in this condit nonsense, huh? We're all being healthy and wise and productive and creative as possible.
Just trying to hang in there and survive and do the best that we can.
It's like a wake up call for the world. I mean, everything is different from this moment on, and I know people can be depressed or missing their favorite con experiences, but this too will pass, and we're going to come out of this better people for it, I believe. So just find that passion, meditate, write, cook, enjoy, watch movies, read, look at the sky, just feel good, feed your cats, your pets, and enjoy the hell out of the Texas.
Man,
Right?
it's so
You're
bright.
right, sir.
You're
right.
So much to enjoy out there. How's it treating you?
Happy and real.
What you've been up to?
Wow.
I've been lucky because I have like 8 films in the can, and I've been working on my autobiography finally, and I set up a spare room in my condo here to work from home doing voiceovers. So that's been keeping me busy, and I've been doing some virtual acting classes with which has been great. I mean, it's not the best life possible, but I make it do with what we got. You know what I mean? I'm looking at my hand.
The Sonic Smooth Pro Plus is now 40% off for this Black Friday deal. You need to stop using Derma.
Yeah. Do I got 5
There, see that with him holding the hook? That's the kind of hook he's used. That's the hook that he wore as Candyman for the horror movie. Yeah, hooks do make great horror.
So what?
Yeah. So your autobiography, when's that going to be out? Is that something soon?
Well, I'm writing. I'm going from the beginning. I'm gonna sort of. I want to talk about because I grew up poor, and somehow I got into the right programs. I got scholarships, and I ended up getting a master's in theater, and then moved taught for a while in Hartford, Connecticut, my hometown, and then moved to New York, and I got my
definitely a cool.
2 days, and then it took 3
Glad to find it
years
out. It's definitely cool.
but doing plays, and I finally got to experience.
Yeah, it's definitely a
So I
cool
wanted to
process.
describe and
Thank
give
you.
encouragement to people and say, "Oh, how can I do this? How can I ever achieve my dreams?" And I don't know what it is. I'm in the writing. I'm figuring it out, but I just know it comes from passion, and it comes from God conscious eye, and it comes from being in the right place at the right time. So I will also want to include all the work I've done. So chapters are going to be based on different movies, different roles, good and bad, and just springing from there. And I'm writing it myself. I don't want to ghost written, but I will bring in a beautiful teacher I know, Gregory Van Voorhees, who I worked with, who runs a theater program for underprivileged kids. He's going to help me edit it. So it's going to, and we also want it to be multimedia, so it's not just a cold read, but it's going to include fan art. It's going to include different. You know, I think I've been to every state in this country except Wyoming, and different travel destinations. I love Europe.
Oh,
I love
Rockford,
meeting
England.
people, and we get to do a lot of that down in Texas right there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
those crowds, but you know,
it's crazy to
I think
continue.
wait,
70.
They're waiting. Don't worry.
I think
Yeah, that's
I'm not worried.
a good point.
so. I love your voice, man. You've done a lot of voice work over the years too, and
Yeah, and it's getting. I'm doing in the last year. I think we got 3 new series on Netflix. I can't mention the names, but they'll be dropping soon. And a couple of video games. And I did a pilot for Adult Swim, one of my favorite characters ever. So
Glad to hear.
yeah,
that's something you can't talk about
What's
either,
at the
huh?
very top?
no,
This
sorry.
Scroll to the top and
This whole moment is telling you I can't talk about it.
the scroll.
Hey, it's so amazing, though. It's great that you have so much lined up.
Yeah.
That means we've got a lot of
Yep.
Todd coming our way.
The
Yeah,
scroll
well,
on
you know,
up.
God willing. But we could do the whole interview just saying I can't talk.
If you can't read,
I can't talk about
scroll
it.
up. I'll
Something else
bring
that you
it
can't
to
talk about that I know a lot of people want you to talk about is the new Candyman coming out. Charles had a good question about that. Though.
Well,
Something you can probably we've got something that we can ask.
We can probably ask, but
Okay, come on, Charles. Let's bring it.
we're all very happy you came back. So maybe you could just tell us how that came to be. How did that phone call get to you? How did you feel when you got that call?
Well, last year I was in South Africa working on a film.
Here's the
and,
link, guys. Feel free to
out
hop
of the blue,
on.
I get a call from Jordan, and which is quite amazing considering we were in 2 different countries, and he actually took the time to spend about a half hour on the phone,
Nice.
and he told me his concept, and they worked out a situation. You know, just before this hit, I think I can say that I was in Chicago, like 4 days before the quarantine hit, doing some decent work.
Yeah.
And Nia DaCosta is a wonderful new director, and I'm glad
Yeah, I know who.
they turned it over.
I know.
Bernard Rose, the original director, and I are in
Help them
constant contact.
applaud.
Hey, can you
We
hear
may
me?
have a few surprises pretty soon.
I hear you.
Awesome.
That's good. I'm sorry, I
That's
didn't know
weird.
your stream was coming on this early.
As well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I can't. You don't want to know the plot, so I don't.
We don't want you to tell us anything.
We want to be surprised.
Okay,
We're
but
excited.
I think it's going to lead to many, many more appearances in that franchise, and maybe a few new ones.
Oh yeah.
So
So that's what we want to hear.
yeah, I think people are going to be happy. I mean, I was looking forward to that June 12th release because that was my aunt's birthday, and the woman who raised me, and I knew as soon as I saw that, I knew that spiritually it had to be connected. But now we're pushed to September 25th, I think, and hopefully it'll be able to be experienced in the theater because that's the best way to share a film with people that you, strangers and people that you came with, you know. But we'll do
Oh,
it.
Parker,
Yeah,
you okay?
Definitely.
Yes,
it's gonna be big.
here
It's
it
gonna be
is.
huge. I think it's gonna be pretty groundbreaking. I mean, that's the expectations
And
okay.
myself between
Yeah. Is your internet working
I
okay?
was trying to get my internet to. I was just trying to make sure it wasn't buggy
The
or
original
glitchy.
Candyman was truly groundbreaking on its own, and it's one of my favorite horror films of all time. It's just it's a beautiful film. I mean,
and it holds up the test of time. I know every time I come, I think I've been to you twice, Texas Nightmare. It's always been nonstop. I mean, you guys host one of the biggest horror parties that I've ever seen. Probably.
Hey, can you pause the video real quick so I can make sure I'm in sync?
Sure. Okay. How's that? Is your thinking all right?
Hey,
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, everything's good.
Yeah. Shall I resume the video? Before we continue? Shall I resume the video, Parker? Press the play to continue.
What'd you say?
Shall I Shall I continue with playing this
Yeah,
video?
you can go ahead.
All right.
Number 2 and 3. Redbird. And thank you for bringing the people, through Dallas. I shot 2 movies in Texas last year. One's coming out, I think it's September,
Tony
called
Todd
Martha,
was a
Texas.
legend.
He sure
Great
was.
script.
Oh yeah.
Local
Yeah.
guy. It's going to be pretty cool.
Was there any
Is it-
prior
never-
commitments he was supposed to do
Or-
before he died? What
it's
do you
a
mean
little-
by recasting or something?
Sure.
Yeah, so it
Yeah. Some
explores that
recasting, but
phenomenon
also
and
more.
this corner of the earth where
Also
perhaps
more that
survivors,
to do
people,
with the guys spend like that.
are marginalized there. So we play on this whole sci-fi thing. And
I know he did Venom.
So,
All right.
Oh yeah.
Martha's
it's pretty cool.
in town.
Yeah, I saw the lights myself. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Can you hear that echo of my voice? It's like it's still like it's not in sync. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Kind of common in StreamYard in places when it comes to panels. Like,
I might have a bad internet connection.
And the planes were suspended. So one of the producers actually, they were halfway down there, and they drove back, picked me up, and we had a lovely 4-hour drive on a late blacktop. Got in about 4 in the morning.
Man, it's just such a shame he's gone.
Yeah. There's something else.
Everything fine.
yeah.
Something else I wanted to bring up, and I
Yeah,
see Tom
can't believe
Savini
he's gone.
is in the background, and I think I'm going to go ahead and bring him in, and maybe you guys can talk for a couple of minutes about
yeah.
He was only 69
Let's do
years
that.
old.
Where's he at?
That was good.
He died at 69, and today would have been his 70th birthday if he had.
Really?
Been
He
able to
missed his birthday?
Yeah, yeah. This was meant to be his 70th birthday today, Parker. Yep. Yeah, today was supposed to be his 70th birthday.
Okay, well, maybe it's just an echo to me. I don't know if it's an echo to everybody else.
It seems okay now, Parker. Anyway, I'd like to get started with another activity for tonight on this live.
That's
stream.
why I refreshed my page.
Ah, very nice. Anyway, let's get started.
It's probably
There's
just an
something-
echo to me.
Not to worry. There's something I've learned from. Dang,
So what did
you know,
I miss anyway? Well, what? So this video was talking about.
Oh. Hang on.
Like I saw a little bit at the end, but like you were starting the stream 30 minutes ago, and I was trying to set things up.
Yeah, of course. Ah, here it is. Here's what I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Yeah, do you guys, can everyone else in the chat see this picture I've got here? Yeah, Parker and I have this picture right here. Can you see this, Briscoe? I'm sure he'll recall. Anyway, these are the 4 characters that I was hoping. Well, 2 of them I was hoping that he would get the role for before his passing. 2 of them he already voiced, which are on the right, and these 2, Black Doom from the Sonic series and Tinkerbell from Donkey Kong, are here on the left. And right here on the very left over here, Parker, actors who I feel have the right balance and potential and the fitting act voices to do each of them. One of them each. This is a trick I learned from Katie and Andy 2 months ago today on Monday, back when they announced me as the winner for their monthly watch along. Yeah, putting pictures and stuff together. Anyway, let's begin. Let's begin with Black Doom. After Todd passing, who over here on the left would you see as the fitting voice for
What's
Black
that other sound in the background? I hear some noise.
Oh, that? I don't know. I think it's probably the heat thing. Anyway, right here you have Scott Lawrence, who is probably the second person or one of the popular voices of Darth Vader from the from the early 2000s, mostly in the Battlefront game. Right here, you have Bing Rams from Mission Impossible. Down here, you've got the famous voice actor from New York City, Keith David. Right up here, you've got Peter Mensah from Ghana. And last but not least, your one and only funny, happy, laughing man from New Jersey. Yeah, Tyrone Magnus. Yeah, yeah, Tyrone. Oh man, Parker, are you there? Here, ah, here we go. Okay, Parker.
I'm right here.
Yeah, StreamYard's tricky sometimes. Anyway, let's begin. You heard, you did hear what I said while you were trying to refresh your connection, right? Uh,
I
anyway,
recognize the guy right there. Is that the guy from Zack Snyder's Justice League?
you mean right here? You mean this guy?
No. The guy right next to Tyrone Magnus at the top.
Oh, Peter Mensah. He was the voice of Predaking from the Transformers Prime animated series, and he was from the Incredible Hulk movie as one of the military officials standing next to William Hurt's character at the beginning of the Incredible Hulk 2008 movie. He was from, yeah, yep, I knew, yeah, he's sort of the only person I know that kind of shares Todd's look and voice distinctly, but not perfectly itself. Yeah. Ah, Briscoe said Keith David was great as the voice for Spawn in the animated series. Wouldn't you agree?
Keith David is one of the greatest actors, period.
All right. Okay. Now, let's begin. Now, who should voice Black Doom? Tyrone Magnus, Peter Mensah, Bing Rams, Keith David, or Darth Vader voice actor number 2, Scott Williams? Who would you pick, Patrick? And who would you pick, everyone in the chat who's participating tonight? Well, this is let's think of this as something fun to do. Can you all hear me in the chat? Feel free to pick. Well, I'll probably go first and demonstrate. Right here is Scott Lawrence, and because he voiced Vader and Black Doom is an alien overlord from space, I would recommend Paramount to nominate him as the voice of the villain for the live adaptation of the upcoming Shadow the Hedgehog live action television or movie project they got going on. Okay. Can you all hear me, Dad? Oh. Wow, I wonder how. All right. Okay. Now, who would you want voicing King K. Rool in the animated Donkey Kong movie that's being developed? Don't be shy. Feel free to elaborate. Oh, is the audio off? Oh, if you haven't seen the movie Men at Work, Pete David, you should check it out. It's hilarious. It's hard to find though. Yeah, I bet it is. So who would you pick for King K. Rool, Parker? Pete David, King Ram, Tyrone Magnus, or Peter Mensah? Who would you best pick? Can you hear me, Parker? Oh dear. Can you hear me? Oh my God, is the audio busted or something? Oh boy.
Hey, you talking to me?
Yeah. Which of the actors here would you pick for King K. Rool?
I'm not familiar. What's the character from again?
Oh,
Oh, King K. Rool. Oh, you mean King K. Rool?
Yeah. Who would you pick?
Oh. I would probably say King K. Rool could be voiced by either Keith David or Idris Elba or maybe Peter Dinklage.
Well, it's gonna have to be Keith. Well, Keith David, it is. Yeah, I could see him. Yeah, after watching him from the movie Princess and the Frog, I think he'd do good.
Keith David, it is. Dr.
Yep.
Felicier and Spawn himself.
Correct.
Don't you
thank you.
disrespect me, little man.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on to the Venom. Who would you find if Insomniac were to continue on with the Venom?
Now, in terms of Venom,
yeah, even if it's got woke elements, who would you recommend voicing him? Peter Mensah?
I would probably say that maybe I know you don't have him listed, but you know who Steve Blum is?
Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, but I like to make sure it fits Todd's voice. You know, with the similar or exact kind of magnitude of the tone.
Who's the one on the bottom again?
Oh, Bing Ren.
What's he from?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And up above you've got Tyrone Magnus and Peter Mensah.
Yeah, Tyrone Magnus is probably would be another good choice, I suppose.
All right then. Tyrone Magnus it is. Yep. Yeah. Now we come to the last one for a future He-Man animated series or a live action adaptation. Who should voice Scarecrow? Bing Rams or Peter Mensah? Which one?
I would probably say Peter Mensah is the one on the right.
What? Mensah. Peter Mensah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably him.
Yeah, you know who he is, right?
Yes.
All right then. And that, yeah, and that should do it.
I seriously think there's the sync problem. I'm sorry about the voice.
No problem. Well, there you have it. These are the actors that I would recommend Hollywood to look into replacing David for in voice acting, and not go using AI for any of these trinkets or their experimentation. So, I mean, it's disrespectful to actually use a dead person's voice and image with AI. You know, AI may have been fine when James Earl Jones was still around, but now that he's gone, they really need to scrap that AI recording and start Lawrence back to replace him. No reason to have to, you know.
Hey, I gotta go. Okay.
Well, thank you for coming, Parker.
You're welcome. Talk to you later.
Take care, Parker. Well, guys, so what do you think? Now, do you think this is a good? Do you think this is a good fan casting right here? Yeah, right. From what you can see here, this is the solidified finalization of fan casting. Yeah, Black Doom by Scott Lawrence, the voice of Vader from Star Wars Battlefront and Battleground. King K. Rool in the upcoming animated movie, voiced by Keith David in the Donkey Kong movie. Tyrone Magnus to replace Tony Todd as Venom for the spin-off video game that Insomniac still has in production. And you have Scarecrow from the He-Man universe, who would be suitably voiced by Peter Mensah. Well, guys, yeah. Yeah. Keith David or Tyrone Magnus would be really good for Scarecrow. Sure. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Anyway, I'd like to thank Parker and everyone for coming here tonight. I wish I could have kept this going for an hour, but I've got other things to prepare for. But hey, feel free to keep tuning in for more live streams as they come along, guys. And please feel free to hit like on the video below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and be sure to share this stream throughout as many platforms on social media as you possibly can. I'm very pleased to have hosted this stream. So for now, take care, guys. Have a great Merry Christmas, and I'll see you again next stream. Take care.